Hello y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Ms. Espinosa and I teach kindergarten in Texas. It is week 31 of kindergarten. I'm just counting down the days, y'all. We have 6 more Mondays, but we have 7 more weeks, if I'm not mistaken. And I think like 33 more days. I'm just counting down, y'all. So, a couple things going on today. Today, we are taking our class pictures, which is why I'm wearing a cute dress, I think. And something else that I started doing, I just bought this set of headbands because when one of my students gifted me a headband, I'd been wearing it with as many outfits as I could, and I really like the look. So now I'm a headband person. And I brought some heels, so I'll put those on later when it's actually our picture time. So they gave us our schedule this morning. Our schedule is in this little piece of paper, so we'll have ours right at 10:30. So they're gonna have to rush and eat because their lunch is over at 10:30. So I'm gonna have to go get them at 10:20 so that I can line them up and we can walk over to where the pictures will be taken. And unfortunately, as of now, I have 3 students that are absent. I know one for sure is not coming. The parent texted me why that student is not coming. And then I don't know about the other 2. Maybe they'll be late, but I really wanted everybody to be in the picture. But we will see if they show up. And so this morning, my kids are with the gym coaches outside. I told them not to get too sweaty and yucky so they could still look cute for their picture. But I had a parent drop off money for a couple of students, so I have a good amount of kids that brought money for the pictures, so took care of that. I do need to make a list. It says to line up our students from tallest to shortest. So I think I'm going to write down tallest to shortest order so that when I go get them at lunchtime, I just call their name and they get in that order. And I guess the only other little thing happening today, I just got an email this morning from the admin that is my appraiser. That is the admin that comes to do my observations. I finished my observations, but we have one last meeting for this school year. So she wants to meet today to take care of that last meeting. So at some point today, she's gonna get a sub to come in here, a TA to come in here while I go meet with her and go show student work samples and just talk about the progress that my students made this year. Other little things that happened this week, I did have an ARD meeting for one of my students, but that went pretty smoothly. Do have to turn in the last of that paperwork. And Monday and Tuesday were actually really nice. We had pretty good days on Monday and Tuesday. I was genuinely happy. I was happy Monday and Tuesday. Yesterday, my kids were off the chain yesterday. Yesterday was not fun. I was not happy yesterday. And after snack, there was just some students in particular that I was redirecting them just a million times, and they were just not listening, not following directions. So I did take out 2 students from the classroom yesterday, sent them over to Pre-K classroom, one to another kinder bilingual classroom so they can finish their work because they were not listening.
Teacher, sorry for the interruption.
All right, so that announcement was about class pictures, and the people taking the pictures, they do need exact change. I do have one student that does not have exact change, so need to take care of that. And then we also need to be turning in money in the actual envelopes, but I ran out, so I was just using my own envelopes. So I'm gonna have to run to the office and get those extra envelopes. But as I was saying, yeah, yesterday was just not very good. My kids were very crazy. Since yesterday was so crazy, I wanted to stay after school because I want to organize my bins in the back. It's not too much. I think I should be done within an hour. All of my bins in that back counter. But my nerves were gone. I was just ready to run out of here. And I did have a short online meeting, but I just listened to that on the way home, and it was about half an hour. And then after that, I just laid down with my fur baby Sammy in silence. It was just one of those days where I just need silence when I get home. But I'm much better today, re-energized, and something that has already helped improve my mood even more is one of my girls wrote me this little note. It's so cute. It's all just tattered, but it's still really cute. I I love reading their notes. She says, I love you so much, much. And I promise in my heart is with you and I miss you always. And then she just wrote all of her sight words and she drew us. So cute. And then I have another little girl. I don't know if I've mentioned this, but one of my girls like brought a pack of Oreos and I love Oreos. That was one of my stools that just fell apart on the floor. One of my girls was eating Oreos like a couple weeks ago, and like I asked her for one because I love Oreos, and then like a couple times she's just brought me a whole pack. So sweet. So now I have a little snack. One of my boys that is sitting on a stool broke it. This is the only stool that's been broken. I'm just gonna have to toss it, and he might not have a chair because we have to go look for one. I don't have any extra ones, and I'm not going to buy another one. I'm just not. Like, he really tore it up. So I think first this little piece broke off over here, and now the middle is not screwing at all. It has a screw in the middle, but it's not screwing at all. So yeah, I'm gonna have to just toss that. But let's see. Today is actually a bit cloudy, so y'all will probably be able to see our plants better. And it is day 23, so I have to switch out this little sticky note. I've been putting the sticky note here of how many days it's been. And they are growing so beautifully. And I mentioned that I ended up getting the marigold little seeds for all of my teammates. So every time they come in my classroom, they're like, why are yours growing so well? And I don't know, because I do not have a green thumb. I don't know. I think it just might be like that we get really good sunlight, because I feel like they grew pretty well last year too, even though it was in cartons. Been watering them every few days. But all right, y'all, that's kind of all that I want to share right now. I'm going to write that list for the pictures in the line order from tallest to shortest, and then I'll have to run to get those extra envelopes. I have to turn this in as well to the office. I need to figure out copies for next week. I need to turn in my lesson plan. So just all the little stuff today. Oh, and I think the only thing I forgot to mention is that on Friday, this past Friday, we had a teacher egg hunt, and some of the eggs had numbers written on them. So if you got an egg that had a number on it, then you got to participate in a raffle. And the admin had prizes for the teachers, like a goose pass, which is a get out of school early pass, or they would buy lunch for you, or you could have a pizza party for your class. So there was 33 prizes in total, so like we raffled those off. I got lunch. That was what I won, and 3 of my other kinder teammates also won that. So we all just decided to have our lunch yesterday. So admin bought us lunch. We all agreed on this really delicious Mediterranean restaurant, and it's like one of my favorite restaurants. And I always have leftovers. Like, they always give a ton of food, so I get to enjoy that later for lunch, my leftovers. But all right, y'all, I will check back in with y'all later. All right, y'all, so it's my lunchtime. It's about 10:10. I mentioned to y'all that our picture time is at 10:30, so I literally have to go get my kids in like 10 minutes. So I guess I'm not going to eat my lunch yet. I'll just save it for our snack time. I think I'm going to just snack on some popcorn chips. These white cheddar popcorn chips are delicious, and they have them at Target. I didn't get a chance to redo the envelopes. Like, I got the new envelopes, but now I need to fill it out, transfer the money into them. And when my kids came back from ancillary, from enrichment, is when my admin sent the sub in here so that I could go meet with her. Meeting went well, and she did want to see some work samples from my students, so I just took my whole documentation tub. So my student data tub, all of my students have individual data folders with their little assessment that I give to them. And I've shared this before plenty of times, but all of my kids they track their goals. They color in throughout the year the goals that they've met. Love this from keeping my kinders busy. And then this is a free download on my Teachers Pay Teachers store. It's a kindergarten assessment. It's very simple. I actually updated it a little bit, so the updated version is like a little bit nicer. But I just needed like an actual paper assessment because I didn't have anything where I could see what uppercase letters they knew, lowercase letters, letter sounds, then our sight words, which for my district, the goal is for them to know 25 sight words, ideally 50, but at least 25 high frequency words. And then, the basics, identifying numbers, writing their numbers, and what they're able to rote count to. And then on the other side of the pocket, I have different writing samples that we've done throughout the year. But all right, y'all, I have not done my attendance. Let me do my attendance and figure out this envelope situation and go get my kids. So I will see you back a little bit later. We're going to go to recess afterwards. And we didn't get to do our morning routine since I was not in here with them. I was in my meeting. So we will do our morning routine whenever we come back from recess.
What else have you brought to show me? A coin. Made of gold. Oh, yes, they are worth lots of bucks and treasures.
In Grandpa's garden.
Oh, digging must stop. Running has made him very thirsty. Which has seen some really big, juicy blackberries.
All right, we're having early snack because I am starving. So, quick check-in. It took us like five times for us to actually get our picture. So like they took it 5 times because my kids were just wiggling around. Their hands weren't where they were supposed to be. So it took us 5 tries to get our picture. It was a little chaotic since I put them in their line order from tallest to shortest, and they kept moving around. I'm like, stay in your spot. Oh my goodness. But it's done. One of my kids showed up late, like after the picture. She looks so cute. So that sucks. She's not in our picture, but she made it back. And we went to we went to recess right after we took our picture. And one of my girls pooped on herself, which was a big surprise because she's very independent. She did not let me know that she needed to use the restroom. So she was very embarrassed, and she was just sitting like underneath the stairs covering herself with mulch. And then she's very stubborn when she does something wrong or she gets in trouble. So she was just sitting there crying, and I called her name over and over, and she was just being stubborn and crying. So I like pulled her out. I was like, come here, girl, what happened? I pooped myself. I sent somebody to escort her to the nurse, and then I called the nurse and let her know what happened so that she could call mom. I'm guessing she went home because she has not come back. But my poor baby, that's what happened to her today. They're actually paying attention to Peppa Pig right now. I know some people don't like Peppa Pig, but I do think it's a really good vocabulary building opportunity because it explores different concepts in like 5 minutes. So it reinforces a lot of vocabulary. But all right, y'all, I'm gonna sit down and eat my lunch. All right, girl. Your next one is cave. What's your first sound? What vowel do you hear in cave?
You put it the wrong direction. It is bite.
Yes.
Bite. B. Where's B?
Log into the robot.
Give me B.
Did it let you log in?
Did
Did it let you log in? Yes or no? Okay, go put your headphones on.
I too. I is
Let's go, little boy. What vowel do you hear in bite? Huh? Sound it out.
It's not it.
Yes, I.
No, I need L. L. I need T. I need T. N.
Lobe. Yeah, the last one is in ear lobe. All right, y'all. It's after school. It's about 3:35. I did not expect us taking a faculty picture, but that was pretty fun. I think we only took faculty pictures like the first year that I was here because I have the picture. And today has been, yeah, just a roller coaster because my kids were wild after lunch. And then after they had their snack, they calmed down. But yeah, just got to take it a little bit at a time. But they were wild. I did send one student out and that made a difference. It is pretty hot, but I really like hot weather, so it'll be nice to take a walk today. So I'm going to the Y now. I don't do very much. I feel like I've been getting more and more lazy, but I will just explain to y'all my routine when I get there. Let me just start driving. Let's go to the Y. Alright, y'all, this is gonna be my first time trying out my microphone with the, I don't know, it's like a fuzzy thing that you put on it. It prevents all of the air from like, I don't know what to call it, y'all, but hopefully it's like y'all can hear me fine. So last week I started walking outside. So let me talk a little bit about my routine. It's not strenuous or anything like y'all. I do the bare minimum. And my routine has kind of changed. So yeah, right now I'm doing like the bare minimum. So as a lot of you probably know, the recommended amount of workout time is like half an hour at least walking. So I try to walk at least a mile, which typically takes me like 20 minutes. So sometimes I've been doing it on the treadmill, but I just wanted a change of scenery, plus the weather just started being like super nice. So it's like, you know what, let me walk outside on the actual track, and like it makes me hotter faster too. So I really like that. But yeah, so I did start working out towards the end of my second year of teaching. I wanted to start some sort of routine, but I had never worked out by myself. So I took a body pump class, which is a 1-hour class that uses weights. And my goal was really just to like stay in shape. And for me, like I'm a very tiny person and everybody has their struggles. So I know some people like want to lose weight. I'm the opposite, like I'm trying to gain weight. So I really wanted to do something that involved weightlifting so that I can gain weight. So I did that for like a year and a half, the body pump class. But eventually I just realized, like, I don't know, some days, some classes were just like too fast paced, didn't love it. So I was like, you know what, let me just take what I've learned from this class and just do it on my own. And that way I'm not like rushing either. And I also got to the point where I could put 40 a little barbell of 40 pounds over my shoulders, but it was really hard for me to get it over my shoulders, so I needed a squatting rack. So then that's when I started doing my own routine, and I don't even remember what routine I started off with. Like, I kind of incorporated the main parts of body pump that I actually liked doing, and then it dwindled down to what it is now. So what it is now is I start off, like I said, walking and just a mile, sometimes 2 miles. It just depends on my mood. Or sometimes I'll walk half a mile on the treadmill and then I'll switch to the elliptical. So after that, I try to go straight to the squatting rack, which I can't, like, I don't squat super heavy, and I've been like stuck at this weight. The barbell itself is 45 pounds, and then I start off with 20 more pounds, so 65 is my warm-up weight, and then I add on another 20 pounds, so then 85 is usually what I'll do, and like if I'm feeling really good, then I'll add on another 10. But 105, which is like my actual weight, is what I've been able to squat. Like, that's the most I've been able to squat, but I haven't in a little while, because like I said, I've been doing the bare minimum. And so I'll come to the Y on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then I used to come Saturdays, but I have not been coming on Saturdays. So I'll do my warm-up weight, 10 repetitions, and then the next amount of weight, 10 repetitions, and then the next weight. So I'll do at least 3 sets, and then I'll move on to clean presses with the barbells that already have the weight on them. So I can do like 40 pounds with the clean presses. So I'll do 6 to 8 repetitions of that depending on how I'm feeling. 3 sets of that. So I actually make like a little circuit. So I'll do my 8 repetitions of my clean press. Then I will do 16 tricep dips. And then I'll do like some sort of jump squat. All of that in that order, and then 3 times. But yeah, that's me doing the bare minimum. So it'll take me about an hour to get through. But yeah, I've been enjoying coming out here to walk, and I think there's gonna be like somebody doing soccer practice out here. Other than that, there's usually nobody out here, so it's really nice. This is the time that I listen to my podcast. Like, there's only one podcast that I'm like really into that I listen to daily. So if I come to the Y, I listen to it while I'm here, and then so Monday, Wednesday, Friday, like Alex and I watch it together whenever we have dinner. So I'm here today, that's what I'm gonna listen to while I do all of my routine. So just let me get started. All right, y'all, I just parked and got home. I was texting with Alex, and we have decided we are going to go eat at Carrabba's. It's probably like our most favorite chain restaurant, because they always have really good quality food. Like, it's always just delicious. And like, there's so many things that I love from their menu. All right, let's go inside and let's see if Alex is ready. I don't know if he wants to go like right now. I'm starving, so let's see. Who are you?
I didn't try it, but I saw like even on.
What do you want? I don't know today. Too many choices.
What do you think?
I really don't know today.
What are your choices?
No choices yet. What this is?
What?
What is it?
What is what?
This.
Sausage stuffed mushrooms.
Didn't bring my tripod. I'm just gonna hold it like this. Even though we eat here all the time, today it took us some minutes to decide what to eat. So we decided on the trio and we're just gonna share. It's delicious. Alright y'all, it's a bit past 8 and we just made it back home. We don't really have a predictable night routine or evening routine. It kind of just depends on our moods. So some days I'll come home and I'll work on teachers pre-teachers projects or just YouTube channel related stuff. But some days I just want to come home and decompress for the afternoon. So it kind of just depends. We have not been consistent with making our own dinner, so we have been going out to eat or just ordering pickup and bringing it back. We haven't really been watching anything on TV except last week. Was it last week? Alex discovered this show on HBO called Tokyo Vice. So we started watching that, which they're releasing it by a few episodes at a time. So we watched the 5th episode, I think on Sunday, and I thought it was so intense. So they actually released a couple more today. That's what we're about to watch tonight. So probably watch a couple episodes of that, shower, and just call it a night. I also realized that I did not finish any of the things that I mentioned in the morning, like my lesson plans. I did not have time to put all of the whole money class picture situation. I need to do that tomorrow. We do have until next Friday to turn all of that in. So I was like, I'm not going to stress to turn it all in at once. I actually forgot that we have grades due, and I have not started on grades, so that's not going to be fun. I need to finish my lesson plan, and that's all I can think of off the top of my head. I did really enjoy vlogging all day today, so I hope that y'all enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!